Hello and welcome to the first ever episode of Blues Tube. It's been another eventful week at Roots Hall, with the club's worst ever winless run being followed by a 3-0 win against Oxford United live on Sky Sports. This week we catch up with the star of that game, Jamar Loza, and also hear from Phil Brown about the signing of another Norwich City youngster. We also chat to Che Wilson and Adam Barrett and reminisce about the good old days at Roots Hall. To kick off this week, we speak to Jamar Loza. The on-loan Norwich City striker made 2 and scored 1 in the 3-0 win against Oxford United on his home debut. Loza will now be bidding for more of the same against Torquay United this weekend, and he told Blues Tube he would never forget his fantastic first game at Roots Hall.
I really enjoyed it from the start to the finish. I enjoyed myself. It was a great game. The lads played well, and I'm just looking forward to the next one.
Jamar is now not the only Norwich City youngster at Southend United, as he's been joined at the club by winger Jacob Murphy, who signed on transfer deadline day. The teenager will be at Roots Hall until the end of the season, and manager Phil Brown is expecting big things.
He's come in the camp this morning and he's walking around with a smile on his face like he's been here already. He's got a mate obviously alongside him that can help him where that environment's concerned, but I just want to witness what he can bring to the party against players who are probably going to be trying to kick him this morning, I should imagine. But he's a pacey winger, can play right or left hand side, play with both feet. He has an eye for goal. He has a twin brother at Norwich who's just a little bit ahead of him and on the verge of the first team there for the Premier League. Chris, who I spoke to at length yesterday and the day before, rating them very highly, both knocking at the door of the first team, both in the under-21, so they bring potential to the party, which I'm looking forward to utilising.
In other news this week, Mark Phillips, no relation, left the club to join Aldershot on loan, while John Egan, another centre-back, extended his loan spell until the end of the season. But we finish off this week by catching up with 2 former Southend defenders, Adam Barrett and Che Wilson. They lined up in arguably the most successful Southend side ever, as they won 2 successive promotions to get into the Championship. The duo have now teamed up again as coaches at the Players Football Academy, and they were only too happy to look back at their time together at Roots Hall, with Barrett revealing he would one day still love to return to his hometown club.
It's the best time of my career, without a doubt. Everyone knew I grew up in the area, and to come back and play for the club and to have the success that we did do, it was fantastic. And I think it's only when you go away that, we look back and we talk about it and other players, and it was just a fantastic time. It really was. It was great for the town. There was a real buzz about the place. Personally, it meant a hell of a lot for me to play for the club and go through one of its most successful periods. And I just loved it. Just loved every minute of it. And I think we all really enjoyed that period, didn't we? It was a fantastic time to be at the club.
Well, obviously the 2 promotions on the trot were fantastic. The obviously playing at Cardiff in the playoff final and getting promoted the first year, and then being favourites to go down next year, weren't we? To get relegated that next year and to go and win it, and obviously we did it pipping the old lot up the road, which was good. So we had a fantastic team spirit, and that sort of gave us a few extra points in the league, and I thought we played some good football that year, and I'll remember that for a long, long time.
One springs straight to mind, Nicolau. He was an absolute trigger. He was thick as 2 planks.
Fred's got to be up there.
Yeah, Freddie would be up there, but that's an obvious. Duncan Jupp, he was an odd character, so he'd
come in training with sort of holes in all his shoes where he's dog shoes them, and bothered to buy new pair of shoes.
Would put his air conditioning on because it cost money in petrol.
Yeah, so he weren't the brightest.
There was a few, but Nicky was pretty.
Yeah, Nicky weren't the brightest.
No, he was pretty stupid.
Wayne Gray? Yeah, he had some bad tracksuits.
Yeah, Wayne Gray.
The caretaker.
Che's gear was pretty quite feminine.
I was a bit of a fashion icon, to be fair, wasn't I?
Quite feminine, weren't you, really? Back in
Southend.
No, it was a bit unusual, your gear. Wayne Gray's was quite bad, and he had a big old key ring, looked like a caretaker. He used to take it everywhere, 100 keys. Yeah, I don't know what that was all about, big knife key ring.
Freddie taking James Lawson.
Oh, Freddie, to be fair, yeah, no, Freddie and James Lawson had a little bit of a battle for a time. Peanut, James Lawson, he was another Wally. He was he weren't the brightest.
He's with Nicky Nicolau, isn't he?
Yeah, he's up there with Nicky. I forgot about James. And Freddie once put fish. Was it inside of his door?
Panels. He took
in the panels of his door and just ruined his car. The smell was just.
It was awful. You could smell him coming in from Basel.
I think James started it. And he messed with the wrong person. He said, "No, you shouldn't do that, James. You don't get involved with Fred." And
Freddie
just ruined his
doesn't
car.
Really know where to draw the line, does he?
No, just ruined his car, basically.
To be fair, I'd say probably him. I wouldn't like to play for him, but
so you wouldn't get in the team. Don't worry about that.
Kitman.
Wouldn't pick
I'll be
you.
Kitman.
Bus driver. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, but it's difficult saying it.
Andy Edwards?
Yeah, Eagle. If I was looking, I'd probably
attributes.
say Eagle. I know he's at Orient now, he's doing well. Still keeping contact with Andy, so I'd probably say Eagle.
For me, it's got to be the day we won the title against Bristol City at home. For me, just because obviously everyone on the pitch afterwards singing songs. I think that's got to be it for me, really.
Yeah, I think I'd have to go along with that. To be at home, to win the title at home, full house at Roots Hall. You had the Sean Goater day, he was retiring. And on the back of the season before, it was a special time. Just to see I remember it as a kid, being at Roots Hall on the pitch and last day of the season, this, that and the other, and to stand up in the director's bit and look out, and it was just, packed, and we'd won the title that day. We had a lot of good games, but I think that was probably the most satisfying, to be league champions after we were written off at the start of the season. That was a massive achievement, and to get the club back into the championship, I thought that was. Yeah, I'd go along with that. That was probably the best.
A little bit sad how it ended for you both, though, maybe, or was that just in the past?
Yeah, it was definitely. I still feel there's a little bit of unfinished business at Southend. I didn't like, the way it finished. I never see myself leaving. I think, it's been well documented and we spoke about it. I never wanted to leave the club. I still feel one day I'll be back there. I really hope that's the case. I was disappointed that the way it finished, but that's football. These things happen. But I cherish all the moments that I did have there, because I had so many. The good by far outweigh the bad, and but hopefully one day I'll be back down there.
And yourself, Shay, it was injury that brought your time to an end.
Yeah, obviously I'm a little bit disappointed that I wasn't given more of a chance when we reached the championship, but yeah, obviously injury kicked in and made me call it a day eventually, which obviously is a signal at any time really, but I was sort of 29, 30 years of age. I still felt as though I had a few years left in me wherever I would have been playing, so yeah, it's a long time ago now, I've moved on, but yeah, I look back at my time in Southend with fond memories, but I wish it was longer, to be honest, but so be it, and you move on and get on with life. So.
That brings our first ever Blues Tube show to an end, which we hope you have enjoyed. Next time we talk to the club's most successful ever captain, Kevin Mayer, as well as looking back at the latest happenings from Roots Hall.